I'm Keith Mathis. On this video, we're going to talk about some of the changes that have happened to PMI, the PMP Bootcamp, and the PMP exam. And all of these have just taken place in January of 2021. The first thing I want us to talk about is to understand what has just happened with the shift at PMI, where they have gotten rid of what is called the REP program, the Registered Education Provider program. Now, an REP was a person who could create courses and give PDUs to keep PMPs and other credentials certified. That program ended as of December 31st. Now, that's important for you to know because anyone who's providing a PMP bootcamp or any of the other credentials, they need to be an ATP. Now, what is an ATP? An ATP is an authorized training partner that began January the 2nd of 2021. And so this is what you're looking for if you're looking for someone who is aligned with PMI. Now, several things about this program. The first is the requirements were much higher to be an ATP than it was for an REP. And so you had to have both a good, clear understanding not only of traditional project management, but also the agile world that is becoming so prevalent today in projects. Also, each of us with that agile training, the trainers also had to have experience in agile, that agile world. Also, in addition to that, the PMP exam boot camps no longer use individually created curriculum. And this is probably one of the biggest changes. All PMP boot camps must use PMI created approved curriculum. So I can't write my curriculum like we have done for all these years and no other company can and use it in the boot camp. And the reason behind that is because this material coming from PMI is what they have written for the boot camps. Now, as we look at the changes, all PMP Exam Prep Bootcamp material must be purchased from PMI. That's done through the ATP. So not just anybody can purchase it. You have to be an ATP to do that. So only PMI authorized course material is used in the bootcamp. And so your book is going to look like this. So it says on the book, PMI authorized PMP Exam Prep. And so it's designed, developed, created, written by PMI. The other changes that you're looking at is only ATP organizations can purchase the PMP exam prep material. Now, many people in the past, when we did the PMP boot camps, it was very focused all the way up through PMBOK 5. It was very focused on the PMBOK, and then it would bring in other material very lightly. Then in PMBOK 6, we saw a shift where about 80% of the material, we started seeing other material come in, and it started influencing the PMP certification as well. Now, the material that PMI has written for the PMP Exam Prep Bootcamp is only sold to ATP, so no one else can contact them and order the material. And so that means that you're going to be aligning with an ATP person who's going to be teaching that material. Now, an ATP is going to have this badge, and so it says Project Management Institute, but the bottom part is what you're looking at. It's an authorized training partner. You'll notice it's 2020 is when we joined, and so you'll be getting one of these every year when you rejoin. And so the ATP program is under a great deal of scrutiny. They're evaluating a lot of different things, and we have to join every year to maintain this badge and to maintain this partnership. The other thing that has changed is 100% of the PMP exam prep instructors have to go through 2 days of training in order to teach the boot camp. And so that's the approved training that PMI is having every instructor go through. So no longer can I just get another PMP to stand in and teach a class because they have a PMP. If they don't go through a PMI 2-day instructor training, then they're not able to teach the class either. And any instructor that goes through that will receive this badge that we see here. You'll notice it says authorized training partner. And so that's what we have as a company, but it also will say instructor right there in the middle. So we're an authorized training partner, but you're looking for that instructor badge underneath for anyone who's going to be teaching your particular boot camp. Other changes, it's not all about PMBOK, and many times this is probably one of the biggest cultural shifts that people have struggled with. Because PMBOK has had such a dominant place in all the PMP exams up until PMBOK 6, you started seeing that a lot of other things were blended together to influence the PMP over the PMBOK 6. And so now you need to understand that it's not about PMBOK. PMBOK is a resource, but not the resource. There's a difference here. So many resources are going to contribute to the PMP certification. education and that material. Now, as you're taking a course that has been written and developed by PMI, you don't have to worry about what the other sources are because they've got all that material built into that course. Now, here are the other changes for the test as well. The domains have changed as well. You're going to be looking at three main domains. Where you're used to looking at all the knowledge areas from previous PMBOKs, you're going to be looking at the domain of people, process, and business environment. Now, the percentage of items on the test is 42% is going to be about the people, the teams, and interacting with people. 50% will be about the processes. And then business environment is going to be 8%, and that's going to make up 100% of your test. The other thing that has changed is, if you've not noticed it, is how you qualify for the PMP. So in the past, it has been hour driven, if you recall, and so it was when I got mine as well years ago. But now the adjustment is, if you have a 4-year degree, they're looking for 36 months leading projects. And then you also have to have 35 hours of project management training, but that project management training is going to come from your boot camp, which is going to account for that 35 hours. If you have a high school diploma or an associate's degree and no bachelor's degree, you have to have 60 months leading projects, and 35 hours, of course, is going to come from the education or the training, so it would be the same boot camp. In addition to that, the exam has changed. Now, the exam has changed in a couple of different ways. First off, when you took the test, or if you knew of someone that took the test, they normally had 200 questions. Now, there's only 180 questions will be scored. And so you have 230 minutes to complete the exam, one additional break for a total of 2 10-minute breaks for a computer-based test. No scheduled breaks for a paper-based exams. Now, computer-based tests is what we have here in North America. Paper-based tests they have those in other countries. So you will have 230 minutes with 2 10-minute breaks is what you have to be able to take that. Questions will be a combination of multiple choice, multiple responses, matching, hotspot, and limited fill in the blank. Now, the reason for you to understand that is because in the past you had 200 questions and they were all multiple choice. That is no longer the makeup of the test. So it's multiple responses, multiple choice, matching, hotspot, and limited fill in the blank. So we can see from this that the test has changed dramatically in how you're going to be answering it. And multiple matches or multiple responses to a question are very, very difficult. So 180 questions, just make sure you caught this. 230 minutes to take the test. You'll have 2 10-minute breaks is what you're going to have. And the questions are going to be multiple choice, multiple responses, matching, hotspot, and limited fill in the blank. Now, let me reintroduce you to the Mathis Group Guarantee. You're going to pay for your first test, and if you don't pass, we're going to pay for your second and third attempt. The Mathis Group also, in all of our courses, we purchase the material for you, so that's part of the price that you pay for the boot camp. The other thing that you need to understand is there is no online program. We have a virtual instructor-led program that we will do, and we do face-to-face, but no longer can organizations do an online program. All PMP Exam Prep boot camps that are online, meaning no live instructor, have to go through the PMP through PMI.org because they're running all online programs themselves. Now, the difference between a real guarantee and the ability to retake the course, there's many companies out here that's allowing you to be able to retake the course, and that's part of their guarantee, or that is their guarantee. We allow you to retake the course as well, and you can do that. If you fail the second time, we normally ask you to take the course again free of charge. The thing that we like about our guarantee is that we pick up the tab for the second and third boot camp. That's how convinced we are that we're going to get you through this. So retaking the course is good, but does not provide financial backing, and that's why we want to back it up financially. Also, excellent guarantees that you might see or that you're looking for from anyone else. You're looking for people who are going to do and pay for the retesting fees. You also are looking for people who are going to give you support, coaching, the ability to attend a boot camp again, not just attend the boot camp again. So those are the type of guarantees that you're really wanting to be looking for. Now, there's two ways of delivering the PMP boot camps now. We're going to do one face-to-face as soon as the COVID virus all gets under control again. But we do instructor led right now. If in the face-to-face, this could be on site or at a local hotel, even though right now we don't have any hotels or conference centers booked until we can see what happens with the virus. Also, it will include an instructor on site presenting the boot camp and facilitating the course. On the live instructor-led virtual, it's identical material and a live instructor. And so we're going to teach the PMP Exam Prep Bootcamp material, but participants are at a distance anywhere in the world, but you're going to see your instructor live in the camera just like you are here. And it removes the travel costs and allows participants to attend from anywhere in the world. So it has been very successful. We've already taught the new material over 5 times, just testing it out. And the passing rates have been the same with as we have for our students, and so it is extremely solid material for passing the PMP. Now, why should you attend a live instructor-led virtual delivery? Well, people are able to ask questions, they're able to get immediate feedback, they're able to immerse themselves in the training experience for better learning. Knowledge retention from participants is extremely high because you have a live instructor up in the corner just like you do right here. And then a combination of structure and freedom. And so people can attend from anywhere in the world, and that benefits them in being able to get this course and to be able to pass this test. Now, one of the other changes that has happened that might be new to you and you haven't heard about is that PMI is now allowing you to take the test virtually at your home or place of business. Now, they have a lot of restrictions to it, but you are able to take the test virtually. You have to take a camera and shoot all the way around so that they know nobody else is in there with you. Nothing can be on your desk. And then when you take the test, someone is live watching you take that test. So that is an option for those of you who are wanting to pursue your PMP test, and at the same time, you're not really wanting to go out in the public and be in a testing center someplace. Now, the last little piece here that we want to look at is success rates for participants who use live instructor-led virtual versus face-to-face is no different. Our passing rate has been the same using the PMI material. We've tested it 5 times, like I said, and we have already seen several people go through the test, and everybody is passing at the same rate that they did before. So in certification classes, there's no difference in passing or success rates from it being virtual to face-to-face, and also passing rates are no different from face-to-face to instructor-led. And so that means that type of interaction has been very, very beneficial. Now, what about the pricings? Pricings with and without guarantee. And so if you are wanting to attend, it's going to be the regular price would be $28.50, but we have a lot of different ways for you not to have to pay that price, which is our normal price. It's $18.50 for government or the GSA rate. We also have $18.50 for a group rate, that's normally 4 or more, and all of these have the guarantee with it. $1,400 if you don't want the guarantee and you think, okay, let me just go to a boot camp, but I don't want to pay for the guarantee. I'll pay for my own retake fees. You still have the option, even in the no guarantee rate, to be able to come back to a boot camp. If you fail twice, I'm going to ask you to come back to the boot camp again for free so that you can get kind of beefed back up and then go back in to take it the 3rd time. Remember, you can only take the test 3 times and then you're penalized for 12 months. And so you want to be able to be as ready as you possibly can be to take the test. Well, in closing, I hope this has really helped you a little bit to understand what the new PMP is all about, the new changes at PMI, and we're ready to go. We're an ATP. Our instructors have already gone through the training, so we're ready to go, and we're excited about filling up our boot camps this year and to be able to work with you virtually. So thank you so much for watching the video. I wish you well. Stay healthy this year. Bye now.